Welcome out to another episode of Top 10 Tunes. I'm your host, Toon Master. In this series, we count down the top 10 cartoons of a variety of subjects involving all your favorite cartoons. New, old, it doesn't matter. All audio and visual effects have been added to prevent copyright infringement. All audio and visual content is owned by their respective owners. Today's episode, Top 10 Toon Girls. Whether movies or television, female characters have been a part of animation since the beginning, and it's time we celebrate the best of the best. Their ranking will be determined by three factors: their popularity, their impact on society, and their timelessness. Please note that this list is comprised of characters that were created for animation first, or are most popular from their animated adaptation. If the character was already famous and a cartoon was made of them, then they are not on this list. We are also sticking to the one character per show or movie rule.
One more thing.
This list is not about which characters are the most attractive. That is a list for perhaps another day. This list is about the legacy of the characters and the roles that they played in animation history. Now let's begin.
List time!
Number 10.
I never knew that our romance had ended.
Harley Quinn might not be the first character to come to mind when you think of cartoon girls, but the fact that she was created as a character for Batman the Animated Series and has since become one of the most famous comic book characters of all time speaks for itself. Harley is the right hand to the most infamous Batman villain, the Joker. It was a big gamble for the creators of Batman the Animated Series to create a sort of sidekick to perhaps the most famous villain in comic book history, but boy did it pay off. Never before has a cartoon, based on a comic, created a character for said comic book series. Harley Quinn now has her own comics and has become a comic book icon just like her Mr. J, even making it into the top 100 comic book villains of all time. And to think, she started off as just a side character in a Batman cartoon.
Call me.
Don't press your luck.
Number 9.
You had plenty money, 1922.
Now everyone knew that this gorgeous gal would make it onto the list. Considered the sexiest cartoon character of all time, Jessica Rabbit sure lives up to her reputation. Jessica Rabbit was introduced to the mainstream as a seductive wife to Roger in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But did you know that she actually originates from a book titled Who Censored Roger Rabbit? Disney adapted the book into a hybrid animated live-action movie, and that is how most people know of this sexy lady. Jessica Rabbit may not have much in character development, but what she lacks in personality, she makes up for in her exploding good looks. She has since become a sex icon in animation, and no one has come close to taking her crown. She is the first to come to mind when talking about cartoon girls, but looks aren't everything. Sorry Jessica Rabbit, but there are more deserving characters on this list.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Number 8. Tinkerbell may just be a side character in the Peter Pan series, but she has since blown up as a fashion icon and is now one of the most famous cartoon characters because of it. Tinkerbell's animation presence started as just a pixie friend to Peter Pan in the Disney movie. Although she didn't speak, her actions spoke for themselves. She has a strong personality that was revealed by her motions. She is jealous and spoiled, but that didn't stop fans from falling in love with her and making her into one of Disney's biggest icons. They even use her in many of their animation intros and outros. Without speaking a single word, Tinkerbell became a huge hit with Disney fans and now even has her own movie series. Tink is one strong character that won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Whoops.
Number 7.
It feels like only yesterday I was exploring in the forest.
No one cartoon character has become such a huge staple in the educational cartoons department than Dora the Explorer. In the year 2000, Dora the Explorer began in Nick Jr. and started a new method of teaching preschoolers that other cartoons have adapted. Even Mickey Mouse, the most famous cartoon character of all time, has copied the format that Dora created. If imitation is the greatest form of flattery, then that is a huge compliment that the Mickey Mouse has copied your show. Dora is a Hispanic girl with a monkey friend, Boots, who both travel to different destinations all while teaching the audience Spanish in a fun, interactive way that has never been done before. It was such an effective teaching mechanism that it made Dora into an education icon. The show taught children directly by speaking to them and acknowledging them as part of their team. Dora changed the way that educational television teaches children, and even after 15 years, she is still around. That is no easy feat, and Dora definitely deserves a spot on this list for changing the world of education, all while teaching us a new language.
Hey! Woo! Hooray! We did it!
Number 6.
She's so cute!
I get this all the time.
Dot is probably the least recognizable character on this list, but that doesn't mean she isn't one of the best. Being the only female sibling to the Warner Brothers, she had some big shoes to fill to compensate for the boys. Animaniacs is considered one of the best cartoon series of all time due to the amazing writing, the timeless characters, and the perfect comedy. Dot represented the female audience by providing a feminine view on the adventures that the trio went through. Whenever the Warner Brothers would Google over a sexy lady, she would counter it by finding her own hunky man or her famous catchphrase.
Hello, Harp! She's a dream. She's a princess.
She's a woman with a harp stuck to her back, boys.
If the Looney Tunes had a female character back in the day, I'm sure it would have been just like Dot. Her witty humor, her fixation with her beauty, and her feminine views all complemented the comedic style of the show and even enhanced it. The only character on the list for her comedy, Dot is definitely the funniest female cartoon character of all time. Her strong personality with just a hint of wackiness that Animaniacs is known for makes Dot the great character that she is.
She's cute.
Number 5.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight.
In a time when the Western world has never heard of anime, Sailor Moon came along and created a phenomenon for girls and made her into the most famous anime girl in the West. Back in the day, if you asked random people to name an anime character, the first person that would pop into their minds was Sailor Moon. Whether young or old, everyone knew who she was. Sailor Moon paved the way for other animes to come to the US due to its success. There were other animes before Sailor Moon, but none had created such a huge fanbase and merchandise than that anime had. Sailor Moon is about a teenage girl in high school who transforms into Sailor Moon to defend the planet from hostile villains. Sailor Moon not only provided a ton of action and story for the audience, but it also had drama relating to herself maturing and the emotions that young girls go through while growing up to adulthood. Sailor Moon helped young girls grow up during hard times and also helped prepare the younger ones for the hardships to come. It was not just an anime character, it was the essence of girlhood all in one young girl.
She's the one, Sailor Moon.
Number 4. It was a tough choice to choose between Lisa and Marge Simpson, but it is agreed that Lisa has much more personality and plays a bigger role in the show than her mom does. Lisa is the brilliant middle child of the most famous family in animation. Still on the air after 25 years, The Simpsons is the longest running cartoon show of all time, and Lisa has been there with the show since the beginning. Lisa is the generic genius child stuck in a family of fools. She is so incredibly talented and has played a big role in many of the adventures that the family goes through. She has grown a lot in character throughout the years and has since become a strong feminist, a vegetarian, and even converted to Buddhism.
Lord Buddha, I know I'm not supposed to want stuff, but come on.
Lisa's role in the show is to bring light to the sides of society that is often overlooked or thought of in a negative light. Lisa often gets into some strong debates that the world is going through at the moment and helps the world see the point of view of the smaller side of the argument. From gay rights to being an environmentalist, Lisa teaches the characters in the show and the audience watching moral values and philosophical ways of looking at the world and its problems. Lisa is such an important character in animation and people often overlook the good that she does. Well, no longer. Lisa, welcome to the top 10 girls list. You definitely deserve the spot. Number 3. Having to choose only one Disney princess was definitely a hard choice. I was almost going to go with Snow White, but we determined that the most iconic of the Disney princesses has to be Cinderella. Cinderella has been established as a book character for millennia, but when Disney took a crack at the story, Cinderella became much more than a fairy tale. She became the hopes of every young girl watching. Cinderella embodied the dreams of the girls watching the movie back in the day of a male-dominated world. Young girls dreamed of getting a wish from their fairy godmother, meeting a prince, and living happily ever after. Even today, where that is not the case, Cinderella still stands out as a representation of being a princess and growing out of a bad and dirty role in life to become something more. Cinderella is now synonymous with princess. She is the head of the Disney princesses, and with so many to choose from, that speaks more for her role in animation than I can put into words.
In your dream will come true.
Number 2.
I say abstract.
And I say abstract.
If Mickey Mouse is the most famous cartoon character of all time, then Minnie Mouse is the most famous female cartoon character ever. Everything that Mickey Mouse represents, Minnie does as well. She has been with Mickey since his first animated appearance in Steamboat Willie. Minnie is just as famous as her partner, and she is the personification of female cartoons. Her sweet nature and caring attitude makes her more feminine than any physical changes could do. Minnie is the P to Mickey's pod. They are two of a kind that both have played large roles in every childhood since their animated debuts. Everyone knows who they are, and they are everywhere. No other female character, real or fictional, has played such a strong role in people's lives than Minnie has. Minnie may be the most popular female cartoon of all time, but that is not enough to make her number 1 on this list. There is someone more deserving.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know anything.
Aw, that's okay. It's nice not knowing everything.
Number 1.
Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wing. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
Betty Boop was one of the first female cartoon characters, after Minnie Mouse, and there's a good reason why she is number 1 on this list and Minnie isn't. At the time, females were just seen as property to men, and cartoons portrayed this. In the beginning, Minnie was just there to be Mickey's love interest. Other female cartoon characters at the time did not fare any better. Olive Oyl is a damsel in distress that is just there for Popeye to save. Betty Boop may have started as a sex icon, but soon she was the star of her own show. She was not a side character there only to be saved by their man. She controlled the show. The show was about her. She was a star, and no one could ever change that. There was no other cartoon at the time that had a female as the main star. Betty Boop did what no other woman could, and now she exists as a cartoon icon. She was even voted in TV Guide's 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time. Betty Boop created a revolution in animation, as she showed that women can hold their own in entertainment. Nowadays, Betty Boop can be found on almost anything woman-related. Clothing, purses, home decor, she is everywhere because she represents femininity. When you have a cartoon character that is a representation of all things female, then you know you found the top 10 Toon Girl.
Well, so long, everybody.
Betty Bouquet.
And there it is, the top 10 Toon Girls. I hope you enjoyed the list, and if you think someone else should have made it onto the list, be sure to leave a comment below. But for now, it's time for...
Toon Tally.
Last episode, we asked you to vote on which Sonic the Hedgehog show you liked best. And now for the results. Amazingly, we have a 3-way tie. Sonic Sat AM, Sonic X, and Sonic Boom have all won this episode's Toon Tally. Now for the next Toon Tally. Dimensional Duel. How do you like your cartoons? 2D traditional drawings or 3D models? Link to the poll is in the description below. Vote now to see which design dominates this duel. Thanks again, everyone. The show is starting to pick up and I couldn't be happier. Thanks to everyone who liked and shared the episodes. But for all you new viewers that are here, why not subscribe to watch the next episode when it comes around? Also, be sure to leave a suggestion for next episode's list. Top 10 Halloween Specials. What are some of your favorite cartoon episodes or movies centered on Halloween? Leave a suggestion for this list or any list you want me to make in the comments below or tweet it to me at TopTenToons. As always, thank you everyone for watching and see you all next time.
Hello, boy.
Hello, Smurfette.
In the Daisy, 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 Daisy Ducky room. In the Daisy, 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 Daisy Ducky room. I got all my shoes and sweet perfume.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
Yes. Don't ever call me doll.
Finn, you did all that for me? That's for being sweet. And that's for cheating.
What this country needs is a woman's touch. Oh, now if I were president.
Need a princess, someone beautiful, like me, to save you from the scary claws that grab you from the tree. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. You can't stop me 'cause I'm king.